Hey guys, what's up? Wolf here, and welcome back to my Disney Obsession. This is episode number 12, and I'm joined today by a very special person, Casey the Unicorn. Say hello, Casey. Okay, so, I can tell you're in the happy mood, and because it's Halloween! And look, I'm dressed up as Alice. Thank you for the Alice skin, by the way. I look absolutely beautiful. Can't you just tell? I mean, I just love it. I actually really do like this. I mean, just look at like this. I have a little apron on, and I have a little bonnet, and it's perfect. Okay, so what are we going to be doing in this episode? This is a Halloween edition. Why is everything normal? Okay, Casey, this really doesn't look like it's in the Halloween spirit. We really need some Halloween decorations. Do you think you can help me with that? I mean, you're pretty good at decorating stuff, right?
Sometimes.
Okay, here. Why don't you just do our Happy Halloween yell and little tiny dance in order to make all the Halloween decorations appear, okay?
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, so go right ahead and let's start with the dance. And Casey, what are you doing?
Father and mother, I claim thy soul. Come and help me from hell.
Casey, what was that? Casey, Casey? Why are you Satan?
I was summoning my daddy.
You're summoning your dad. Oh.
Yeah, he was having a fight with my mom, as you can kind of tell.
But, wait, is your mom Mike Luzowski?
Yes.
Oh, what?
And? Got something to say to her?
Hi, it's very nice meeting you. Should I even ask, what's happened to Disney? It was so cheery, and now, what happened to Main Street?
Satan?
Satan happened to me. Okay,
happens.
you know what, this is a Halloween special. Why don't we start off doing cats, I guess? We need to name a cat, right? Let's try to stick to the regular formula. Okay, so, we need to name a cat, and let me just check my inventory. Oh, look at this! Kitty Girl Adair! We are going to name a cat Kitty Girl Adair because she wanted a cat named after her, and so just place a cat right here anywhere, and let's see if we can name it and not completely mess up this time. Okay? No, get back here! Get back here! Oh, name. Yeah, yes!
I got beaten.
Aw. Wait, it's not running away. Did we actually tame it?
I don't think so. It'll turn into like an actual cat.
We named a cat officially and didn't mess this up. Yay. Okay, so we have named the cat, and now you know what we need to do, Casey?
What?
I don't know. That's why I was asking. No, we need to announce the giveaway winner. So, the giveaway winner is Caitlin. I'm going to butcher this. I'm just going to say Caitlin. Okay, so Caitlin, you won. Your comments on the screen right now. Caitlin, in order to get your Minecraft account, just email me at the email that just popped up on the screen right now, and then I'll contact you, and we can get you your free Minecraft account. And guys, if she does not contact me before Monday, then I'm going to go to Twitter, and I'm going to ask who wants the account, and whoever responds first then gets it. So make sure to check Twitter early Monday morning and see if you can get the account then, if Caitlin hasn't claimed it. Okay, so we got the giveaway, we got the cats. Now, you know what, I think we need to talk about some cheery stuff, right, Casey? You know what we need to talk about? Death! That's cheery, right?
Alright.
Just a warning for everyone, this episode, from this point on, is going to be very dark, and it's going to be about Disneyland deaths and Disney World deaths, and bad things have happened. So, if you don't like that sort of stuff, get out! Oh, sorry, where are my manners? Please, get out. Watch your head, watch your step. If you don't watch your head, watch your mouth. We have children on board. Jungle Cruise joke, woohoo. Okay. Wow, keeping it PG already. Okay, let's bump this up to PG-13 now. Now that hopefully everyone who's going to get scared and stuff has left. Thank you for staying, everyone who's staying. Okay, so let's start off. Basically, Disney World, compared to Disneyland, has a lot more deaths just because you have a lot more people going to it. But most of the deaths we're going to be talking about happened at Disneyland. So basically, Walt passed away in 1966, which wasn't the first death at Disneyland. Heck, it didn't even happen in Disneyland. But that's when he passed away, and whenever he died, there had only been 2 deaths that had happened in the park. One in 1964 and one in 1966. And the 1964 one was actually on the Matterhorn. It was the very first death in the park, and basically on the Matterhorn, a kid unbuckled and stood up and tried to act cool, and he got flung off the side of the mountain and hit the concrete below and passed away 3 days later. And so, kids, don't stand up on a roller coaster. Surprisingly, you may get flung out and end up like that kid. Casey, does your dad have anything to say about that?
He's hugging me.
Your dad's hugging. Is he protecting you, or is he trying to crush you? The second death that happened was in 1966, and this was actually a very interesting death. Basically, it was grad night for everyone who had graduated from high school, and they all got into Disney and everything, and this one kid didn't get in. So he snuck into the park on the monorail track, and he was running through, but he didn't realize that a monorail track has monorails going on it. And so as he was running across, a security guard actually saw him and yelled out at him to get off the track. The kid just thought he was getting in trouble, and so he just kept on running, but the security guard was actually telling him that a monorail was coming, and he didn't hear him, and by the time he saw the monorail, he tried to jump, but it was too late, and the monorail ran over him and dragged his body 30-40 feet before it finally came to a stop. And there was a lot of red liquid that they kind of had to scrape off the bottom of the monorail. So, very, very disturbing stuff, but, this is a Halloween episode, you asked for it. As you can tell, I'm trying to keep a happy mood here. It's not that I'm happy about this sort of stuff, but it's more of, trying to keep a positive attitude, so please don't be too disturbed by my happy attitude. Casey, I can tell you're disturbed because you're not talking. Yes, okay. So, as we're talking about this, I'm just going to be flying around. You guys can see all the Disney decor and all the messed up things I've broken. But basically, okay, so those were the only 2 deaths that happened in the park while Walt Disney was alive. And basically, if anyone ever died in the park, they would not be pronounced dead in the park, because Walt didn't want anyone to actually officially die at Disneyland. So what they'd do was they'd take the body and they'd carry it off the hospital or basically off property and pronounce them dead there. So officially no one's ever died in the park, actually, even though they kinda did, but Walt didn't allow that. So let's go on to a few more deaths, because, we're just going to keep the happy moods going, all the happiness in the air. Can't you just feel the happiness, Casey? Because I certainly can't.
It's very hot.
Okay, so let's get on to a few things that aren't as messed up. Basically, there are 2 things that happened in the park that didn't really cause any deaths. The first was a fire on the Astro Orbiter at Walt Disney World, but it happened early in the morning, and there was no one on the actual ride. And this is actually Disneyland's version of the Astro Orbiter, but I just lit it on fire to represent the one at Disney World, kind of. And basically, no one was on it, so they just shut it down, and it reopened the next day. That's one thing you'll notice about a lot of these rides. Whenever something bad happens, they reopen the next day, because it's usually not their fault. It's normally people being stupid, unbuckling themselves, or throwing themselves off of somewhere, and Just don't do anything stupid, you won't die at Disney. There's a basic fun fact for you. The second fire that happened was at the Tiki Room at Walt Disney World again. The top of it caught on fire, they quickly put it out, some of the audio animatronics were damaged, but once again, no one died. So we got 2 of the undeath-related ones out of the way. Actually the scene probably looked a bit like this. Very fiery and very... well, not as destructive. Let's get on to more happy things. This is going to be something involving a person, but they didn't die. At the Small World at Walt Disney World, once again, you'll notice Walt Disney World comes up a lot with these sort of weird things. But in a Small World, they actually were boarding the boats, and a kid fell into the moat, and she got run over by one of the boats. And she broke a rib, and she had some other serious injuries, but she made a full recovery, luckily, and so, she didn't die? Why did you type RIP? She didn't die! She's fine! She made a perfect recovery! Okay, the one time you say RIP, no one died. The next death that we're going to talk about is on the People Mover. Man, this entire video is just going to be full of really dark, depressing stuff. Okay, so on the People Mover, you wouldn't expect people to die because it's a very short ride where you just kind of sit there and you ride along and there aren't any even dips or anything. So how do people die? They actually got so bored they jumped from cart to cart, and they didn't realize the people mover, the way it was designed, was that it would be in constant motion and there was a lot of force behind the carts. And so they tried to jump from cart to cart, but if they missed and they got hit by one of the people mover carts, instead of stopping due to friction or anything, they don't stop, and they just keep going, and they crush you to death. And there have been multiple cases when the People Mover was still at Disneyland where people would jump carts and they'd basically just get crushed. So, once again, don't do anything stupid at Disney, and you won't die. I'm trying to stress that. This isn't a bad place. This is a nice place. Just don't do anything stupid, and you'll be fine. The Rivers of America over in Adventureland, I'll just point off to this random green area over here that we haven't built yet. Two brothers, actually. One was older, one was younger. And they wanted to stay over on Tom Sawyer's Island longer, so they stayed on past hours, and they wanted to come back to the mainland. And they were scared they were going to get kicked out of the park, so they were going to swim back. And so they didn't realize that the currents in the river were very strong and that you couldn't really swim in them. And so whenever they got into the actual waters, they were hit by the currents, and the older brother drowned. And the dark part about this is the little brother actually used the big brother's body as like a flotation device in order to like keep himself up until the people like found him. They were able to come and rescue him. Very, very disturbing stuff. Now let's get on to another thing that is actually very interesting in my opinion. If we fly over here using the power of editing, okay, so over here we have the Haunted Mansion, and you'd expect, since it's the Haunted Mansion, that someone's died in it. I mean, it's the only attraction in the entire park, the only place in the park where they even mention death. There are apparently 999 people resigning here after they died, but surprisingly, no one's ever died on the Haunted Mansion attraction. But instead of dying on here, this is actually a very popular place whenever you die to get your ashes spread. But obviously Disney doesn't want a bunch of dead human remains in their ride. So the cast members are especially trained to spot anyone who is dumping ashes. And if they're caught, then the Haunted Mansion has to be closed down for 2 hours, and they have a hazmat crew that comes in and sweeps up your dead grandma. So don't dump grandma on the Haunted Mansion. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully you learned a few things you may have not wanted to learn. This was not really a funny episode. It wasn't meant to be a funny episode, because if it was a funny episode and we were talking about death, it'd be very messed up. And yeah, so hopefully you like this more serious version of this episode, at least for now. We'll go back to the quirky weirdness that we are in the next episode, episode 13. I'm surprised we didn't do 13 for this episode, but you know what? It's fine. So, episode 13, we're going to come back, and everything's going to be quirky and fun again. But hopefully you like this more serious episode in which you actually learned a lot about things you probably didn't want to know about Disney. And just be safe, don't be stupid, don't jump off of rides, and you'll be fine. So, anything else you want to add, Casey?
Nope.
Aren't you the talkative one? How many times did you talk in this episode? Like 5? Okay.
I was gonna say 5.
So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Satan and Satan's wife, for showing up here today.
And Satan Jr.
and Satan Jr. Thank you, Satan Jr.
Well, I tried. For you.
And we will see you guys next time. Bye.